I started to think about stories that my grandmother would talk about.
The female was as important as the male.
Women were the ones that owned everything. They were the ones that owned the flocks. They were the ones that owned the home.
Without man, there could not have been woman. Without woman, there could not have been man.
Women were given rights and responsibilities, and the role of women in the community was to counsel. We didn't go to war until the women said we go to war, because those are their babies.
And when the Europeans came in, they had this idea that the women were not supposed to be the head of family, because all of a sudden the women were told by their conquerors that they were demoted.
My grandmother was the first one in her generation to be part of the boarding school era.
And there we were taught all the ways of the white man. You might as well put these kids in prison. I don't think there's any cruel event.
And they didn't understand what being Native American was. They thought being Native American was like Hollywood depiction. It hurt me so bad. At that point, I also then had to think about how am I going to correct history?
I come from a very, very strong family of women.
I decided to run for a seat at the state legislature.
You know, you take the strength of all your ancestors with you.
It's sometimes a huge responsibility to be a Native American woman.
In the late 1960s, I could not identify with women's movement because I could never see myself in second place to men.
As a woman leader, I believe that we do see things differently.
I knew that the world had so many options, and there was no way I was going to limit myself at all.
Women are the keepers of the culture.
Just to know that that inner strength that we have is very powerful. Our determination is very powerful.
My advice to Native American women is that it's possible. And if this girl from the res can be a lawyer and a legislator, then they can do whatever they want to do.
I got lucky. I got lucky to be a Pueblo woman.
All my relatives, my family, they're all there with me in spirit. 1,000 voices then is reflected in one voice.
啲是你的狗耶，的马汉是呢。